going to Zhangjiakou. It's about 200 kilometers, but however we need 3 hours because we have on a regular train, so it will be very slow. 那现在我们要走了哈，要到什么地方？
沙林子溪。
沙林子溪。Yes， 第一次坐，来看这边。说几句话。
是那个晚上好消费啊！那个晚上的车好消费。好地方啊。
It is a long journey, but however it's very beautiful, so we don't feel that it is tiring. Well, our journey is not ending yet because we have to go by car for about 1 hour drive again. And we find out that less and less streets surrounding has become more and more grey area. Now I just arrived here what we call in the old days Xiwanzi, where the Vincentians were coming here for their escaping from the or from some of the due to the government's restriction at the time. So our parish priest here, his name is Frater Chang, said that this church was built on 2009. And he is assistant parish priest. Also the parishioner brought us from the train station to come here, and this is wearing this is mean that one of his family, maybe his father. Okay, 没问题。好，可以。After 3 hours by train and 1 hour by car, now we arrive at what we call Xiwanzi, where this is the new church, and tomorrow we are going to the old church. Let us go. And from far away is the Hui sister and the sister from Vincent Lab, who brought us here. She is among the youngest, and is very kind to us, and she will the one who bring us to the place where we are going today.
从张家口崇礼区以前称之为西湾子，西湾子是我们中国一个非常重要的一个教区。在北京河北以前在清政府的时候，教难开始的时候。在北京传教士和教友们没法在这里待，后来他们一直往北走到这里，他们找到了一个安居的地方。
To avoid the calamities happening in Beijing due to the anti-missionary movement, Father Mateus brought the priest to come here. It is very hard journey because of the transportation at the time, the nature, the guard, and also because of the Great Wall itself. We decided to go to the Great Wall who never being restored, so that we can understand the difficulties that they may have during escaping from Beijing. And this is the last village before we climbing the Great Wall.大概去爬试试，还几个小时啊？走1个小时，真的。
脚下了。
累了。还好吧？比我年纪大。
刘老师，
但是他好厉害。
他来给你拍个照。
哎。30 minutes climbing. We see now a glimpse of Great Wall. Hopefully we can touch it and get some of the stones and bring home. Okay. Here is the Great Wall. Okay, at last we reached to the peak of the Great Wall, and this is the real one that they never being renewed whatsoever. And this is the stone of Great Wall. 对呀，
好几千年了。
So long and so high, so beautiful and amazing. However, it is almost impossible for somebody to climb and to go out from this wall. This is inside of the building. You cannot hear the wind.
把人转进去是吧
Yes, 可以，试试看。可以。
啊，转一圈儿。
嗯。
不是，这能出去啊？它从这儿，
从这儿爬上去是吧？
对，这个台阶在这儿，台阶在这儿。啊！哇！
They will see whether the enemy is going there or not. If they saw the enemy, they will burn the fire and they will talk to everybody. The enemy is coming. The enemy is coming.
继续说。
It's amazing, wonderful. Can see over there? There's our church. Actually, not the church, the chapel. And the village, and you can see that the villagers are outside of the wall. The Catholic Church entered to Xiwanzi on year 1700. However, at that time there is no priest who stayed there. Therefore, I would like to say our Father Matthew have to begin from zero.
大家往眼看，那边是以前的。 西湾子主教府，是属于我们最先的我们修会的，后来由比利时的什么圣修会管理，但是现在呢已经不存在了。The housing program that run by the government allowed the government to demolish all of the new buildings and give the people a new houses. However, we still can see what look like the houses they have before.
这房子都是土做的，像这种房子，最多它就对，外边贴一层砖。
这是后建的，现在还在建。
哎，这个是房子吗？
这就是窑洞。来，找进来看看，可以进来看看。
哎呀，他这个生活才，他这是真的是那就讲。
好，真漂亮哦。
好吗？
很好啊，
这是窑洞，就在那个山上。 转出来的，这是对，里边全是土，这土里边，对，真窑洞是这样。冬天特别保暖，冬天像咱们这儿，您像20-30度、30度的时候，这里边有一个炕，看见刚才那是炕了吗
？House that is very beautiful, very warm, and sometimes also very cool for during the summer. That's very useful, and this is our friend. Yes. Father Matthew and his companion also live in this what we call cave house.
这是我们遣使会的谢玛窦神父的塑像。当时在较难困难的时期，外籍传教士在这里不方便传教，只留下谢玛窦神父在负责塞外这一块的教务。他带领着这边的教务，还有呢就是负责着这些修士的培育，把这里的一些修士、一些初期的培育之后，又送到澳门。在这个教会的非常困难的时期，为教会的培育后继的人的培育，还有这里的教会的发展起了个非常重要的作用。遣使会是谢玛窦。
Knowing the result in Xiwanzi that so good, the Vincentian decided to send Marshal Mui on the 1835 to become the superior.
那个法国的遣使会是他来了以后，这个学生会比较谦逊，你管，这个官也大，后我就跟地方遣使会当时来这个地方，也是因为北京的教难，
是
北京的教难起来了，北京待不住，往北走到宣化还是不行，跑到这儿过去就是塞外，然后加上这个当时这儿有满族有这个蒙古皇帝远，满族人又是皇帝的亲戚，所以到交难的时候可以保护，所以就这个地方就成为传教士经常来避难的地方。
Mulai had qualities that suited him as pastor, leader, and administrator during his long years of service. 1837 came his first co-worker, Joseph Gabet, joined his mission. Gabet, an excellent linguist, learned the Mongol language from a lama named Si or Tsai, whom later was baptized by him under the name of Paul. The two then went to Rehe or today's Chengde to have a mission there. The two of them were instrumental in the conversion of another Lama named Gardi, later called Peter Feng. This man was the first Mongol priest, at least in modern times, and was Vincentian. And he was ordained on 25th December 1854. Let us go back to 1840s and see what was happening in China. That was the Opium War. At that time, the church suffered a lot. There's so many martyrs, and among them was a Berber who killed on September 11, 1840. And the news about the martyrdom of Berber were heard by Xiwanzi who was in Macau at that time. With the spirit of martyrdom, Xiwanzi wore the clothes of Berber and then entered to China illegally. To go to Xiwanzi, where Monsignor Mui, his friend, is waiting for him there.
这孟振生主教，遣使会是法国传教士，他是塞外的第一任主教，曾在1840年，作为蒙古中州代牧，一直在这里担任着主教。
Later, Evariste Hug and Joseph Capet were sent by our bishop to go to Mongolia to find out the possibilities to work among the nomad tribes. Then this small group starting to go to the north on September 10, 1844. And their idea is to find the people among the nomad people. And the fact that they are able to speak Mongolian, Chinese and Tibet give them really chance to talk and to interact with these people. Meanwhile, Bishop Mulai, who stay in Xiwanzi, always worry about them because there is no news so far from them. In his diary, dated on February 8, 1846, Bishop Mulai said, "There is no news at all from them. Where are they? 2 years doing a mission among the Mongolian, but no news at all." Then Bishop realized that they changed the direction. They went to the west because afraid of Russian people and also their own interests. They went to Lhasa, Tibet, through very dangerous journey which is become so famous and legendary. In order to camouflage the people, they dress like Lama and enter to Lhasa on January 1st, 1846. They were able to stay there for 2 months and starting to have a chapel or a house of prayer until they were found out by Jingsan, the leader of Tibetan, and asked them to leave the Tibet because it will be very dangerous. Again, they have to make a long journey from Lhasa to Macau, and on the 1846 on October, they arrive in Macau. At the end of October, Capet went back to Europe and gave a full report on China mission to Pope Pius IX. While Evariste Hug preferred to stay in Macau, waiting for a new chance or ability to go back to China. There, he wrote his memoir of going to Tibet, Macau and China and became a legendary book. However, Evariste Hug then went back to Europe, and on March 25th, 1860s, during his mass, he got heart attack and died at the age of 47. Young, but however, his legendary book created a lot of imagination from the European. By the end of the year 1860s, the policy of China changes due to the fact that they lose the war. So Beijing opened again for the missionaries.
Our founder, Theophil Verbist, read the newspaper and he said something happened in China. From 60 on, it will be open to missionaries. So he immediately went to see the cardinal and his bishop and said, "You know, I want to go to China." Now said the cardinal, that is a complicated thing. We have to involve Rome, but it's a good idea, but it should be a Belgian mission. That was the first thing. They went to see the cardinal, they went to Rome. In 62, the constitutions were approved. A Belgian mission and a CSCM mission was founded. And then they had to wait for their passports, because everything was done under control of the French. The French had the passport. And then also the negotiations with the Vincentians, because what we were got in Mongolia was Vincentian territory. So that was, the negotiations were done with the Vincentians. They would give over their missions and CSCM would move in there. So in 65, they left, the 4 of them with 1 lay people, they left for China. And leaving for China, that was only one destination, that was Xiwanzi.
Only one destination, Xiwanzi. And that means that we, the Vincentian, has to move from this place back to Beijing, where our converse, Bishop Mulai, became a Beijing's bishop. Yes, the Vincentians only work in Xiwanzi for almost 50 years, and they have to leave. And the history of the Vincentians remain there. It is our turn now to find out the clue that we have been there. And probably there is no other better place to find a clue rather than in graveyard. Then we're starting to check one by one the tombstone, whether there is a Vincentian name there or not. This is the tablet for the dead people, and it is written here that he died on 1903. So it must not be our convent.
这原来是个大坑，这捡到很多这个
墓碑的石头。
因为这有个墓的，是敞开的。哦。然后我们就在这个地方挖出来第一个，挖出来第一个是那个头颅是有黄色的头发。
And these tombstone fragments indicating that there must be a graveyard here before. And after long digging, we found out, yes, it's real graveyard, Vincentian graveyard.
这个岁数大了，是压的。这个可把是这个多大啊？
前段时间新修的，可能是有比较有的。
We arrive here, the tomb of our converts. Of course, this is done new, but however, it is very clear that the people here still remember the presence of Vincentian. Began with Father Xue CM, and then the pick up with the Bishop Marshal Moy, and then we'll end it during 1865. 5 converts who are here, 4 priests and 1 brother. And hopefully one day we can come back here and make them a beautiful cemetery just like the CICM.
这是在我们看到传教士的历史，他们英勇的在这里誓师殉道，把终身献给了中国教会。我们有感而发提的这一首诗，就是一是他们来这里百年圣山卧英魂，在歌颂他们的英勇，来到这个圣山上就松柏成荫他们在这里很不容易，留下的只是他们的骨灰和碑林。那么大家会记得的呢，是他们的圣善的榜样和他们的宣讲的真道。他们就这样完成了他们的使命，留下来是我们这些后人继续继承他们的使命。
Now it is time to go down to to go to the church and see the church in the evening. This Xiwanzi Cathedral, the new, was built and constructed by their own people.